Hook. Bait. Bait. Meet hook. Sinker. I don't know if it was a Boy Scout jack or what. Not sure. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna leave it.
When are you gonna make a gigantic hole?
A gigantic hole?
Yeah.
As soon as you catch 3 fish, I'll make a gigantic hole. You can use that rod right there. It's been catching fish. So today, we're out here at beautiful Padre Island. We've got excellent conditions. The water's pretty clear, the surf isn't that bad, and while we are suffering through some seaweed and a little bit of current, there is a ton of bait fish out there. We are in the beginning stages of the mullet run down here in Texas. I've got the big shark rod out. Rachel and Savannah are working a pair of ultralights for whiting in the inside gut. And my dad just got sharked after about 3 minutes of working a piece of cut bait out on the second sandbar. We're gonna keep working these inside rods and see if we can't get our hands on some really nice sized fish today. Please keep your fingers crossed for me. Is that a bluefish? Yeah, that's cool.
They're eating me alive out there.
Really?
I can't keep the bait down because I had that jackfish on. I caught a little jackfish, so I took my mullet off, put him on live, zinged him out there in the middle of that gut. And man, he was fighting, kicking and thrashing, and so finally he stopped thrashing, so I reeled in with the head. The bluefish were eating them up. Barry just had a good long run on that spoon that he had out there. Do you want this?
Yeah, throw them in, I'll keep it. We need you guys to work that a little bit harder out there. Kind of tired of pulling all the weight over here. Okay, that's right. Here, Mom, we're wearing ourselves out. What you got? Oh, I'm stuff. Oh, Savvy, why don't you show us what you got?
I got stingray. Come on, little guy, get out of the sand. Why do you keep burying yourself in the sand?
They are really pretty.
You have to cut off the stingray. Like this. But be very careful with them. They're modern.
It's not a fish. Oh, that's a little... Nope, that's a hardhead. That's not a fish either. Here, bring him back. We'll get him off. I are going to go for a little bit of a walk real quick because I need to vent some frustration. You see that? You want to know what that is? That is the mistake of the year right there. We hook into a nice shark, probably a 50, 80 pound shark, something like that. The thing immediately starts peeling line off of the drag. It clotheslines Rachel out in the surf while she's fishing, and then drags that line over and clotheslines my dad and my uncle in the surf. So I jump up and I start reeling that thing in, and I've got just complete slack on the line all the way in until right there. My knot came undone. That pissed me off. It's embarrassing. I'm keeping this. Remember not to make that mistake again. At least somebody's catching something. So, we had to cut the drone footage a little bit short. She took a spill. And she survived. She'll make it. She'll be okay, I promise. It's going to be just fine.
You're talking about the drone, not your wife, who you tried to decapitate.
It's been a rough day for the ladies of the house today. Savannah's got her, well, she got a pet stingray, but yeah, you got clotheslined by a shark. And poor Beatrice. She took a spill. Poor baby. We're gonna go get her pizza for dinner. No, she's still got the Forrest Gump run. You ever eaten one?
I was just wondering about that, because he's pretty thick.
Hey, I'd take a crack at it.
I don't care.
He doesn't have much time left on him. He's an old timer.
Yeah.
Odin, hey, it's dinner, dude. Knock it off.
Let's see if Odin gets shot.
Dude, that hurts. I got popped by one of those once.
Yeah. It smiled and shot him.
Yeah, that's the one, Savvy. You're right. That's the one that got me.
Okay.
Get him right between the eyes, Odin. Right here. You want to touch him right? Just go like that.
That's a thick one.
Yeah, it is.
Sick.
That's crazy. I've never seen one that big.
Oh, I gotta go get my
Whoa.
I'm wondering if that air bladder looks a lot of
Yeah, I had the camera on him.
Not bad. Don't say that. Bye.
Bye. Well, cool. That makes my day. I'm so happy he did that. Yeah, I'm so happy he brought that in. Yeah, I don't want to bring it in. I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that, but I do look forward to putting him into a frying pan and seeing how he tastes. Yeah. I'm curious. This is going to be cool. I'm excited. Wait until the camera can hear you.
It's like, is it a Stargazer or a sea robin like
Is it a Stargazer or a robin?
No, it's a redfish.
Ew, redfish.
You're not cool.
Some people pay.
God, it's a lot of money to go catch so soon.
Okay, now go ahead and act like you know.
Yeah, now you can give him a pat on the back. Good catch. Now go get us some Stargazers. We're going to cook that one up.
You ever seen that? Catching the damn Stargazer?
I've never seen one anywhere near that big.
I'll do it a year and a half ago. I did a video.
How the heck did you
Look.
that off the hook? That was a shock.
We're sitting here, right? That's what I was saying.
Like, look where it's strangled. Literally. In the hand.
Despite my absolute best efforts of being the most aggravating and frustrated person on the beach, we did manage to walk away with a pretty good haul of fish, thanks in very large part to my dad and Perry.
I mean, my hard heads did a lot to help the cause.
We're going to fillet up a fish that we have never eaten before, never heard of anybody eating it,
And go to bed.
and we're going to go to bed, hopefully living. So, we're going to go cook that guy up right now. We'll see you back at the house. Now, of course, before we start filleting all this stuff up, let's take a look and see what we were actually able to get our hands on. Alright, so obviously we cannot take credit for that amazing haul of fish that we got here. My dad and my Uncle Perry, as usual, those guys are the ones that just totally tore it up. Wade fishing out in the surf, they were bouncing lures, they were using cut bait and live bait. They were working really hard to get the fish that they got. It's time to get these guys filleted, and first and foremost, I think that we should be filleting our awesome, that guy. That's a Stargazer. And I got to be a little bit careful about these fins because it is these spines on those fins right there. Those are the ones that'll get you, and they're venomous. So we're going to be careful about that. So this whole thing right here on the top of their head, that's an electric receptor or something like that. I don't remember the exact term for that, but basically they can shock you like an electric eel with that sensor right between their eyes. I was a kid and I was running around out in the surf out on Padre Island, and I stepped on a fish. I felt it under my foot. I was like, that's cool. So I kind of, grabbed him. I wanted to pull him up and see what it was. Pull him up, holding him just about like that. And that face just looked me right in the eye, and he gives me this wicked little smile and shocks the f out of me. It hurt like nobody's business. I can't even describe to you the pain. It was like sticking my finger in an electrical outlet or kicking an electric fence. It actually put a little hole in my finger. It's one of those stories that my family tells even to this day. So that right there is the fillet on our Stargazer. And man, you can see that meat. That is that's a really white looking meat. Now I haven't skinned him yet. That skin is being a pain, but you can kind of tell just by looking at him here, that bloodline's not going to be too bad. White meat, these grains are really interesting, the grain of the meat. Super stoked about seeing what this guy is like. I'm going to go ahead and finish taking the skin off of this. I won't waste your time with all of that. Let's get right into the kitchen so I can show you what we're doing in there.
Out now. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. Throw it out of my room. So I have cooked up some sheep's head, and I've cooked up our Stargazer. And now it is time for us to take a look and see if Rachel and Savannah can tell the difference, and if they can, I want to know what their opinion is of the Stargazer, which they don't know which is which yet. We will reveal that in just a moment, but for right now, in order to do a blind taste test, let's take a look and see what they think about how Stargazer tastes. That one tastes freshwater?
No.
Curious.
Not the taste, but it has a look of freshwater.
I like sheepheads better. I like sheephead better.
You like that one better? Quit acting like you know. She's never had Stargazer. She can't tell the difference.
Yes, again. This is Stargazer, and I clearly ate the kind I liked.
Okay, so which one was better? With the one that you totally sucked down?
Don't say that was Stargazer because it's not.
It was Stargazer. And the one that you ate was Stargazer too. Savannah, what do you think?
I think I did not know, I did not see that coming, and so I just was surprised, and I just like both kinds.
whatever I'm serving, whether it be spade fish or sheep's head, the Stargazer is better than that. You thought the Stargazer was better?
I actually was fooled. I thought it was sheep's head.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was good. I thought it was really good. It's not like you can go find Stargazers all day long, but if you do, it's actually a fairly edible fish if you can get past the venomous spines and the insane electrical shock that it gives you. You thought sea robin was better. That's interesting.
The sheep's head was, I thought tilefish.
Oh, tilefish is still her number one. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Bye! Like, subscribe!
Bye!
Don't forget to ring that bell. And don't forget to share it all over.
Dude.
Bye!
Bye!